Good up.
This is channel 253.
On this episode of the Grit and Grain podcast.
I didn't know a lot of people who were pregnant or had babies, like especially someone just at that time I was working at a beer bar and there just was no one else that I knew that was pregnant.
Yeah.
It's like the industry doesn't know what to do. I'm the first.
Yes, I think it's well, it can probably translate to other industries too, but I can only speak on this one. It's like everyone was just like, oh, you're gonna have actually, when I told someone I was pregnant, they're like, are you gonna keep it?
Like, wow. If I wasn't going to keep it, you wouldn't know.
Yeah,
I wouldn't be telling you.
That was the first, and I was like, yeah, bro, I wouldn't be telling you I was pregnant right now. Right.
Channel 253 is member supported. I'm producer Doug Mackey, and I hope you will show your support by going to channel253.com/membership and join. Thank you.
Welcome to the Grit and Grain podcast, where we explore and celebrate the craft beer industry, community, and history in Tacoma, Washington, and surrounding Pacific Northwest areas. Thank you so much for hanging out. Let's get to it.
Welcome to the Grit and Grain podcast, coming to you guys from Peaks and Pints in Tacoma, Washington. Thanks for hanging out. My name's Matt McLaren. I'm here as always with Ron Swarner.
Well, hello.
How's it going, Ron?
I'm excited for back to school night.
That's pretty good. All right. Bethany, how are you?
I'm good. I'm so excited for our guest tonight.
Me too. Thank you guys for hanging out. As always, please comment and like and share and do all that stuff. It helps out a ton, and it's pretty easy. And we're trying to get some more eyes and ears on the podcast this year. So please do.
Leave a good review too.
Yeah, leave reviews. Yeah, stuff. All that stuff helps.
Not a one.
I know. It made me wait. Okay, yeah, we're it's I guess back to school night. Our guests tonight are it's part two for this series, but this is part two with Shawna and Jess from Seattle Beer School.
Hey.
Thanks for having us.
Totally. Thanks for coming back down.
Glad to be here. Anytime. And we were here on time.
Yeah, no, it was perfect. Yeah. It was great. Picked out a beer and it was perfect.
We would have waited though.
We totally would have
Oh,
waited.
thank you.
We still can't stop thinking about that.
Dude, do you guys ruminate on your small mistakes like I do? Because holy shit.
Yeah. I
Are
mean,
you two diagnosed with anxiety?
Not diagnosed, but it's got to be there somewhere.
yeah. It's there. It's always there. Or were you raised Catholic?
Oh, that's
No.
all right.
But yeah, close enough.
That's the thing.
I feel like being raised Catholic and having unhinged grandparents are very similar. There's a lot of like,
Oh, yeah.
that Venn diagram's almost a circle.
And I diagnosed anxiety.
Yeah, exactly.
People pleasing.
Totally.
It's a real problem.
Yeah.
Beer drinking goes in the center though, so.
I was just,
Yeah.
I posted up the other day because, this is not beer related, but it is unhinged upbringing related, which leads to beer all the time. So let's just go with
You're
it.
in good company.
So like I posted up the other day that if you, it was just a joke, but I was like, if you ever have trouble sticking to like the tasks that you assign yourself, just include some negative self-talk. Because I literally, like in my calendar, I'll put in like, instead of like, remember to send your email. Hey, don't forget to send the email, you fucking idiot. Like I do that to myself all the time.
Yeah.
And it's like harnessing the, like the motivation to never disappoint anybody even a little bit, but like in a productive way.
It's like negative reinforcement.
I know. It's literally negative reinforcement.
Well, you can like set an alert on your phone. Like you can set like a thing I'm going to do. And you can set an alert to say like 2 days before, 30 minutes before, whatever. They should do one that's after the fact. That says like, you dumb bitch. You didn't do it.
You dumb bitch.
You dumb bitch.
Guess what you forgot to do? So you can be washed over with that panic while you're sitting at a red light.
Panic.
Truly.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's a good motivator. I mean,
It's not the best plan.
It's not.
For self-care.
maybe for some people.
Self-worth.
Yeah. Let's go more towards the
Bethany's like, I run my own business.
With yourself.
Yeah, exactly. Anyway, we're here to talk about beer.
Great.
Not negative self-talk.
Okay, you guys brought this lovely collection of bottles. What are we drinking right now?
This is I think it's the January release from Floodland.
Mm-hmm.
We had some extra bottles from it. I'm not drinking. Well, I'm tasting
Humble brag,
right
whatever.
now.
Extra bottles of Floodland, the most sought after beer on the fucking planet.
So we have to share it because I can't just have this sitting around.
That's fair.
But yeah, I think this was the January release. So we have Seekers After Light, Waxwing, I think one of the field blends.
This might be an older wax wing, to be honest.
Golden Crown. Oh no, and Keel.
Yep.
Yeah, so
good.
All mixed firm, different fruits used. Some has fruit, some doesn't. I think actually all of these do.
Keel doesn't.
It doesn't. Well, anyways, we always got to share the love. We somehow find ourselves with an overflow of like a very sought after beer. So we're always like, please.
Yeah. Well, thank you for sharing. This is like
Anytime.
incredible.
We should have brought more.
We should have.
Next time.
Next time, totally.
Bring the U-Haul, Jess.
Jess, anything different from a year ago?
Yeah, I mentioned that.
That's a beautiful segue.
Perfect segue.
Yeah, I mentioned I'm not drinking, and it's because I'm currently pregnant. So while I'm still tasting here and there, I'm tasting here and there. I've absolutely been delving into NA. So you guys are drinking some Floodland. Shawna's got a Russian River as well. I picked up the Sierra Nevada Trail Pass IPA, which is one of the ones I haven't tried, but I've heard really good things about. It's tasting pretty good. NA is really hard. I don't know how much we want to get into it, but
Yes.
I've honestly found myself really only drinking Athletic, which I feel bad about because I should be supporting some smaller breweries. It's just tough when they're doing it so well because they're an entire brewery dedicated to the process of NA, and it shows. I found that NA IPA options are some of the best, I think, because you can really mask some of the wartiness with hops, right?
Sure.
That's a little bit what I'm getting here. It smells like wort, but it's
Was it wort your time?
You and Ron should be best friends, Shawna.
It's gonna be a good one. It's gonna be a goodie. I agree.
This one from Sierra Nevada is pretty solid.
It smells like peach rings.
Yeah, it's got like an actual nice like dry hop sensation to it. Whether it's dry hopped or not, I'm not sure. But
It's not too wordy. Like a lot of them get like real sweet and like you're just drinking
Like the
wort
barley
out of
tree.
the.
And like
It's
the
tough when-
bitterness is
yeah.
nice.
Because what's funny too is like if I'm trying something or tasting something that's wort, like I just want to add scotch to it. But it's like that's
Wait a minute. Where's the NA Scotch? Yeah.
or a mezcal. So yeah, it's definitely a little bit of a difficult road. It's like I really want to support some of like the smaller and even local breweries that are doing it. It's just like if I'm going to be drinking something at this point, like I got to find my enjoyment. Like,
It's got to be worth it.
When you're pregnant and you're sick, you got to like just really. Everything's got to taste good. So when it just doesn't, I'm just like, oh.
We're also like in a unique time that
Truly.
there's more and more. You don't have to
Yeah.
just be pregnant or not drinking. You just want to drink.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to just like alternate between NA and,
Yeah.
Yeah, and
whatever I'm
So like
drinking.
Three Mags is local. I mean, there's a lot of local people making it, but like the
Yeah.
self-care line.
Dude,
is
self-care
freaking-
is like, to me, that's like the closest local kind of effort. Like,
I know
at least
he's
to the
very
weird side.
protective over his
Longest.
process too. He's not sharing it.
Well,
Which
so is Athletic.
kinda get.
Yeah.
They
That's
will
true.
not share
Yeah.
much of that information. So it's been interesting too because there's like been studies about like kegging NA beer and how that's
Right.
perhaps not the most safest
I
way
read
of
that, too.
consuming it.
Sure.
Because pathogens, like alcohol does a lot of amazing things.
Yeah, and
100%.
fermentation in particular purifies
I mean,
stuff.
I've thought
like-
about that with hop water too.
Yeah.
Some pasteurization should be happening, or the pH needs to be below 4.6 so that botulism can't form.
Ugh, never thought about that.
Yeah, dude.
Damn, if that was a danger, I probably have it because
Yeah.
I drink so much hot
So
water.
who hasn't had it, right?
Yeah,
Well, especially when you're pregnant, you want to not
right.
avoid
right?
those
Yeah,
things.
you're like not eating like
Yeah,
deli
you're
meat.
absolutely correct. Yeah.
Because you have babies.
Yeah, I have two.
Yeah.
I have two babies. And yeah, the first time I was pregnant, there wasn't a lot, like Athletic wasn't even around. So
Yeah.
it was rough out there with like the St. Pauli
Oh,
girl
and
NA. I
and a
think
Bitburger Drive.
Right.
Yeah.
so bad. And then, I think you kind of get to a point where you're like, I'd rather just have water.
Like 100%,
At
yes.
some point. But to be out with people that are drinking beer, like there's some good NA options out there now, and that's really lovely.
Yeah. I don't find myself like super drunk. Like, I'm not buying 6-packs of NA and then having it at home. But in social situations, it's clutch. And I went to a Mariners game last week, and I was just like, whatever, man, I'm just going to have a Coke. But a friend bought me an NA beer, and I was like, it hit the spot to like be at the ballpark and have something that tastes like a beer. Like, I wasn't even missing the buzz necessarily, which is something to be missed when you're not drinking. But I was like, no, this like actually worked for me. So
yeah. The experience wrapped around this beer right now is like exactly what. Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
I know you guys like. I don't know. We talked a little bit about like working in the beer industry, like being pregnant, and like I don't know. We honestly on the episode before last, we were like bitching about some of the dumb stuff that women go through in general in this fucking industry sometimes. Because I had this like goofy thing happen in an account where like some dude took it personally when a woman offered him help to like pick out a beer, and she's perfectly qualified to do that.
The ego's fragile.
Dude, what is wrong with people?
How dare you help me?
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
And Bethany was like, you've had people ask you where the brewer was while you were like
Christ.
stirring fucking mash.
You're like, double toil and trouble.
Here's my fucking broomstick. What do you want again? Just happened to me. So now I have a draft line cleaning business. So I'm cleaning draft lines, and I got the same.
Lord's work, right?
I got a comment just this last week with some old white man that came in, and he was like,
Sorry, wrong one.
Greer, my partner, had been cleaning earlier, and then I came and stepped in and finished up for him, and he went to a different account. So the guy had seen Greer cleaning, and he was like, so then he came in and saw me cleaning, and he was like, oh, hey. And he was like, how's it going? And I'm like, fine, how are you? And he goes, oh, so that guy must have done all the heavy lifting before you came in. Like, I'm not joking. He was, like, implying that Greer came in and did all the work, and then I'm just, like, cleaning up or something afterwards. I was like, actually, no, we do the exact same thing.
Actually,
And I,
I'm
like, turned
clamping
it
all of
out.
these lines for him.
Yeah.
I'm fixing your shit.
No.
Dude, what the fuck is wrong with people?
Different thing. But yeah, no, it happens. Beer industry just happens. Yeah, it was crazy. I was like,
Yeah.
but I did call him out. I called him out. Maybe I wish I was more aggressive about it now that I think back on it. But I was like, no, we do the exact same thing, actually. And he was kind of like, oh, and I'm like, yeah. And I just didn't talk to him again. And
Yeah, unfortunately, there tends to be regret. You like wish you were a little more forward. I'm having an issue right now where my fuse is a little shorter while being pregnant, and I get frustrated a lot quicker. So I've been shorter, and I'm already pretty aggressive when
You're already pretty short as it is.
yeah, exactly. Especially when I'm front facing, which I'm not always bartending or interacting with customers, but I do sometimes. And it's like, it's been interesting that lately I've just been like extra, like not dealing with bullshit. And sometimes, sometimes I am being an asshole, but it's like, dude,
Are you though?
Men get to be assholes all the time, and they don't get called out for it ever. I mean, I literally had an experience with a coworker recently who called me out for being short, and I'm like, bro, you literally would have never said that to our male coworker. Like, I know you wouldn't have.
Yeah.
But it's like, this is actually something Shawna and I were talking about on the way here is, there's like a lot of unconscious bias that all of us have, and you don't approach it, you don't ask yourself questions about it until you're actually asking yourself questions about it, right? Like, it exists, but you don't know about it until questions are asked. And so and I'm not like visibly pregnant right now.
Which is the worst.
Yeah, because then people like don't believe
you're just like,
you.
oh,
They're like,
no,
why are you
I'm
like this?
Yeah, exactly.
Why are you the way that you are?
Yes.
And then once it comes, they're like, oh,
Right.
now who's the
Which is
asshole?
also kind of like a problem.
Yes.
Honestly.
Yeah.
Yes.
Why can't no just be a whole sentence?
Yes.
Like, why do I have to have like a... Yeah.
Why am I all of a sudden being like an asshole when I'm really just doing what I want to actually say to you all the
Yeah.
time?
Yeah. And so a family member was like, and this was before I was pregnant, just knowing that I wanted children in the future, was like, oh yeah, it's gonna be so weird when you're like pregnant behind the bar. And I was like, what? Why is that weird? And she's like, well, it's just like you're gonna have like a big belly and you're gonna be behind the bar, and it's like you're serving while you're pregnant, and it's like, okay, but the question is, why does that make you uncomfortable?
Yeah, it's so
right?
weird.
So then like having to push those questions to then actually make people confront why does this make you uncomfortable? And it's like, is it gender-based? Is it actual pregnancy-based? Is it because I'm not drinking and I'm serving you alcohol? Are you assuming I don't know what I'm talking about because I'm not currently drinking? You know, there's so much that comes up with
There's
that.
Technically, you shouldn't be drinking behind the bar anyway.
I know, like if you want to be extra logical about it, like that, it makes total sense because you wouldn't be drinking behind the bar. Why are people so weird?
Yeah.
Or just drinking in general.
Yeah. So it's like, it's already, like you said, there's already bullshit you deal with as a woman. Bullshit you deal with as a woman in a male-dominated industry. Bullshit you deal with as a woman in a male-dominated industry while pregnant.
Yeah.
So it just stacks, you know?
Let's
But
chat
Shawna's
after
also
this.
been pregnant.
I know Bethany's like, oh my god, I have so many stories.
But Shawna's also been pregnant
hard.
while working in the industry, so you
Yeah.
have this
Sure.
experience too.
Yeah, it was weird too because it's like people ask the weirdest questions,
Yeah,
or they
I did.
act
Oh my God,
very
like what?
odd around you, like as if you're like very fragile and like they're like, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm
Like,
fine."
bitch, I'm growing up person. Are you kidding?
Never been better. Thanks.
What have you done today?
What have you done today?
Growing a human.
I grew a heart.
Making one myself.
Jesus
Oh my
Christ.
God. But it was just like people just act strange as if this has never happened to them
Right.
before.
Yeah.
Like they've never been around a pregnant person.
Yeah.
Or like people be like, "So you can take time off before the baby?" And I'm like, "Probably not." They're like, "Well, it's a lot of hard work." And it's like, "Well,
Do you
that's
know?
okay.
Yeah. Who told
it'll
you
be
that?
fine." Or like I had someone once, a coworker who was the worst, who was like
Ugh.
gross.
I know.
When I like told them I was pregnant, like the bar, like my coworkers.
Yeah.
One of them was like, "Ew, gross," and I was like, "Excuse me."
It's one of those like.
I'm not like growing poop. Like I don't know.
But like, even if that can be a thought you have, just don't say it out loud.
What's wrong with you? And it does feel like there's a lot of I didn't know a lot of people who were pregnant or had babies. Like, especially someone just at that time I was working at a beer bar, and there just was no one else that I knew that was pregnant.
Yeah.
It's like the industry doesn't know what to do. I'm the first.
Yes, I think it's well, it can probably translate to other industries too, but I can
Totally,
only speak
totally.
on this one. It's like everyone was just like, "Oh, you're gonna have a." Actually, when I told someone I was pregnant, they're like, "Are you gonna keep it?"
Like, I wasn't gonna keep it. You wouldn't know.
Yeah,
I wouldn't be
no.
telling you.
That
I
was
wouldn't
the
have
first, and
probably
I was
told
like, "Yeah, bro, I wouldn't be telling you I was pregnant right now."
Right. Dude.
I know, but I think that the people are just like, "You're a bartender," and
They
you're
can't
just,
compute
They're
it.
just like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Scrambled
or like,
brain.
"What does your husband do?" Would
Dude,
be a
and
question I
that's-
got a lot. And I'm
Makes
like,
less money than me because I'm a
none
fucking
your
bartender.
business, actually.
Like,
Yeah.
Like,
But again, it's like the unconscious bias coming into play with like these questions that people are asking, and they're not actually thinking about like how misogynistic it is because they're just like, ugh. But
but you're right. That why are you asking these questions?
yes, like you don't have to be.
The downside of alcohol consumption.
Yeah.
But yeah, like truly, it feels like a lot of the industry doesn't know how to deal with it. I'm the first person who's going to be pregnant and give birth while working for my company. There's like another woman who works there who has kids, but that happened before she worked there. So like I'm the first person going on maternity leave in my company, a brewery.
That's like a weird dynamic,
Isn't that
right?
crazy?
Like,
Yeah.
And we are in
Yeah.
a more mature market in general, right?
Totally.
So,
Yeah.
but like, there's also not infrastructure at play for especially a lot of little breweries that can't afford health care for their employees.
Dude, yeah.
So like having a baby without insurance is like $40,000.
Yeah.
So like how like and so I think that's a lot of it too. Are people just like you can't be pregnant and do this job and because you don't make enough money.
Yeah, and just kind of like an implication that like I almost feel like there's an implication of like you're a service worker, you're not in the position to be having a child. You need to be in a different place in your life. You need to have a different type of job. And people aren't saying that, but you're reading between the lines.
That makes total sense to me. Like that you worded that perfectly because that's like the vibe that you get is like people assume that like, oh, like when they ask you, are you going to keep it? They're like, you're still like a child, right? Like you wait tables or whatever, or you serve. Like, shouldn't you be in a better place in life? And you're like, maybe I'm right where I want to be, and maybe it's none of your fucking business. Yeah. Also that.
Yeah, or like lots of assumptions when folks are bartenders, servers, etc. That like you're in school or this is your part-time job. The concept of a career server is really foreign to a lot of people. When in fact, I find service work to allow a lot of flexibility for me.
Totally.
So it's like I can work some nights and eliminate the need for childcare because my husband works during the day.
Totally.
Like there are tons of positives.
scenario.
Definitely
of
know about
this.
that life.
Yeah.
And even beyond that, if working in a brewery too, like people also make these other assumptions like you were talking about, like, oh, you can't lift that. because you're pregnant, or
Right.
like, and yeah, if you have certain conditions when you're pregnant, but most of the time people are good to go.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
you know, you have to watch it because it is harder to hold like a case box in front of you.
I can rest
Yeah.
this
But we
bag
got
of
these
malt
bad
right
boys.
on
Yeah.
my belly button.
Actually, it does come in handy for that.
Yeah,
But, like,
totally.
you do have to ship the way you do things, but people assume like, oh, you won't be able to do that at a certain point, and then the other shitty thing starts to happen where people think their employer starts to think about the future, and they're like, oh, that person's gonna be out.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Or
That's such a weird thing about the industry is like, you know, you're being
that happens anywhere.
Yeah, it happens
does,
anywhere,
it
but like
does.
it is weird because like craft beer is sort of not really in its infancy, but like there was such a gold rush and so many people started craft breweries. There's so many small businesses in this industry that cannot afford like infrastructure and healthcare. And so probably being the first person that's going to take maternity leave at your company in this industry is not super unusual, but it shouldn't like, it's not super unusual, but it should be a thing that every business owner thinks about. Like, I'm probably going to employ somebody that's going to like have to do this at some point.
Yeah.
So like, what do I do? I don't know. It seems so crazy.
It's a lot to navigate, but yeah, like it happens in other industries. I've talked to friends who have had children that don't work in beer, don't work in this industry, and have had similar struggles. You know, it's just like, and it's just another thing about being a woman that you kind of have to deal with.
The logistics of having
Yeah.
a fucking kid.
the
Yeah.
logistics of having a uterus.
Yeah, 100%. Yes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kin keeping.
Yeah.
That's
Kin keeping.
I think that's the Webster's like word of the year this year.
Oh my god, I missed that.
Interesting.
I love that.
Yeah, I think so.
I missed that.
Kin keeping. So it's like
Very gender
It's
neutral.
like not necessarily gender. I mean, it could be gender neutral, but it's work that is mostly done by women. But
Yeah.
it's basically like sort of the invisible labor of like keeping a family together.
Oh, sure.
You know, like
Kin
being.
keeping. I thought you meant like kin keeping as in the uterus is now called a kin keeping.
like physiologically, like this is the. Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, oh, okay, we're calling the kin keeper now.
No. It's like.
Yes.
Well, no, it's
Good
like.
beer names. Good beer
know,
names.
it's such a
Okay,
good
now I
name.
understand what you're saying. Yeah.
I know we should.
Now I understand what you're saying. Okay, yeah.
Yeah. Like, you know, the invisible labor of like keeping the family together,
Totally.
being the one who
Yeah.
always thinks about
Emotional
like appointments
labor.
and
Yep.
like emotional
Yep.
stability
Yep.
and like medical shit. Sorry,
We know.
but yeah,
We're
it's
married
just
to
like
men.
it's like invisible work that
Goddamn men.
immediately gets adopted by
Goddamn
mom,
husbands.
but it's also invisible work that it gets adopted by mom even before
Yeah.
you know the
Yeah.
baby comes and you're
100%.
like you're already dealing with it.
Yeah. So interesting space to navigate. Already experiencing some frustrations, but like I'm lucky to work in a woman-led company, so that's extremely
It's fucking
helpful.
rad, dude.
My staff is almost all women, so I have Shawna to lean on for everything.
I don't know
Even
if
just
I
like
would,
someone to
but-
like rant text to be like, fucking, I just need this validation that I'm not crazy right now. That like this person's actually being a dick.
I will, no matter what,
almost
they
always
are
are.
being a
They
dick,
always
and you are
are.
right.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, shit.
Would you got Waxwing? I love Waxwing.
We did pop.
Cherry beers.
So good.
Cherry beers forever.
Cherry's so interesting. The way that it'll have like a cinnamon,
I love that so
that
much.
Dude,
cinnamon
yeah.
like thing about it.
When you like dissolve it all the way to the pit in
Yeah.
the beer, and it kind of pulls this nuttiness and like
Yeah.
this spiciness. I love that.
It's so interesting.
Bobby Wood was like the first person he gave me a beer that he aged on cherries for like 2 or 3 years. And I mean, they were just pits at the end, pits and stems,
Yes.
right? And he was like, when you get to that point, you get this nuttiness and this woodiness and
Gotta
this kind
keep
of
those
like
pits in,
cinnamon.
baby.
Yeah, dude.
It's important, yeah.
Yeah, because it balances out all of the acidity and the sweetness that you get from the cherries. And it was like a take that I had never heard, and it was so smart. It's so good.
Yeah, at Floodland, we play a lot with pitting and not pitting. Sometimes it's literally just based on the labor, like the pit is too small and it's too hard to get over.
Yeah,
Also, he determined it wasn't necessary.
Exactly, yeah.
yeah.
The actual science about how that impacts flavor, I don't really know. But yeah, I feel like there's this fear because of the concept that the pit has
Oh, that thing.
Cyanide.
cyanide. Thank you. I
Yep.
said arsenic.
Yep. Yeah.
But it's like
that's your soul.
but no, I think it does really cool stuff to the fruit during fermentation.
I agree.
It's delicious.
So good. Yeah.
Can you guys tell us about Seattle Beer School?
Yes.
What is it? What do you guys do there?
Yeah.
Great question. I'm glad you asked.
Education and events company run by Shawna and I. We do a lot of different things. It's kind of like when we've had people reach out to us and be like, essentially ask that question, like, can you explain to me what you do?
We're really bad at explaining it.
It's because
It seems easy.
Because you do so many different things.
And that's the thing, and we really like to cater to
Yeah.
clients. Be like, well, what is it that you feel like you're missing in your bar, in your taproom space? So sometimes it's like working with owners to help with staff training, and this could be like an actual beer-centric place or a place that serves beer and cares about beer, but they're not all about beer and they just want their staff to know some more about it, know how to properly pour, kind of bust a lot of the myths about beer service. That's something we would focus on. So it's like, can be front of house focused, private events for folks, private events that happen at breweries or bars that are like ticketed, pairing events, but then just like, I don't know, kind of like basic entertainment. Our podcast has kind of fallen off because
You're pregnant.
I'm pregnant. Shawna's basically running Washington Brewers Guild. Like,
Dude, fucking seriously.
No, I'm not. It's too much.
like, there's a lot going on, so I'm just like, it's always so much fun to do it, and that's why I was so stoked you guys asked us to come back again, because I truly love podcasting and being able to chat about this stuff, but like sometimes it's just like, you have 2 kids, like.
I call it a side hustle because it's like something that it's like something that we find something we want to do, we'll do it. And like sometimes it feels like right now we have a lot of interest from people like to do an event somewhere and do something like we want to do all of them.
Yeah.
And we're also just like, oh gosh, I don't know if we can. Like, and truth be told, it's not like we're rolling in the dough when it comes to Seattle Beer School events.
There's some money in the checking account so we can like buy ourselves beers.
Yeah.
The last time
gas on the way to the event.
Yes. I think the last time we paid ourselves, we were because we do have a checking account and we do have a business license.
Mm-hmm. You can look us up. for all the doubters.
For all you motherfuckers out there who don't think we're real. But we will just like not pay ourselves. And last time we paid ourselves, we went on a trip to Portland. And
it was like truly the most fun. We just
used our card till it was declined. It was declined. Where was it declined? Not beermonger.
It was beermongers.
Oh my God, that's so embarrassing.
So money management's not part of the school?
I know. This is all beer.
Financial planning is not part of.
We were going down to Portland to do an event with Wayfinder. It was going to slash
It was a
Peter Allen.
Fa La La Loggers.
Yeah,
with
Kevin Davey
with the lager lovers.
The lager lovers, yeah.
Fa La La Loggers with Kevin and Lisa.
And they both got COVID.
So.
And we were like...
But we did an event with Steeplejack. We did a collab with Steeplejack.
Oh, that's right. We did brew beer. But it was like, we already had the Airbnb. We were already going to go down for this brew day. So we're like, dude, let's just have a weekend in Portland. And it was like, it was truly so much fun. But like, yeah, we were like, fuck it. Go out to dinner. Just like go eat and drink whatever we want. And
so that's what we do.
I love that. That's
we
ball
had like,
out of control until the card gets declined.
Just buying so much
That's
planning.
so fucking rad.
What? Oh,
this
try
is
this
before
one. In
we
fact,
had-
never mind.
Yeah, it's great.
This is before we had Russian River in Washington again. So we were
just like buying all
wine pig.
Fucking whiny, oh my God.
We're just like,
Knowing that we had some stuff coming in the future that we were like, it'll replenish somewhat.
God.
2 more private events, we're good.
Listen. But yeah, like so the events we've learned like we can't call them classes.
This has been the big
The
thing.
Hilton Grand is calling me.
Should you answer on pod?
They just want to take their beer a little more seriously.
They want their Portland,
Should answer
the
it.
Portland
I should
Hilton.
answer it.
Yeah.
They want their bill paid.
Your card's
Hello. They hung up. Your card's been declined.
Yeah, your card's been declined.
Sorry, Patsy declined. Patty. No, Patsy.
Patsy.
Yeah, you got
Patsy
it.
Klein.
Anyway, so now it's like we're in this interesting spot. We're like, we want to do so many things, but we also are like, oh gosh, what do we do? And people
Well,
don't love things called a class.
Seattle Beer Week's coming up, so
Yeah.
Are you doing some events?
Oh, we are doing something for Seattle Beer Week. Yeah.
We're gonna actually because I want to get into that too, but we have to take a super quick break, and then I want to talk all about Seattle Beer Week when we come back.
Awesome. Let me get blasted.
Yeah. Welcome back. Thank you guys for hanging out during the break. We were just discussing our favorite musicals that make us cry when we're pregnant. Mostly these
We're
guys.
sick.
But yeah, thanks for hanging out. A quick shout out to Doug, of course, our wonderful producer.
Oh, hello.
Thank you,
Hey,
Doug. We love you.
Doug. Love you, Doug.
Anti-Channel 253.
One loud clap.
Yeah, we have just all of the Floodland in front of us, which is such a fucking treat right now. I'm like so pumped about it. I like bougie out about this, and I drink plenty of it at home. But this is so good.
Jumping the gun here?
No, you're fine, Doug. Please go for it. We were talking about the events that you guys do as Seattle Beer School, and you guys actually have some coming up for Seattle Beer Week, which is approaching pretty quick. Yeah,
it's coming up really quickly. We have one on. They kind of happened really quickly because we should have planned something, but beer industry. So we're doing an event at the Pine Box on Monday, May 20th at 6 p.m.
What's the event?
I'm glad you asked. It's called Boisterous Oysterous.
What?
It's a beer and oyster pairing.
Sick.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Yeah, which I was super stoked about that they pitched. And I was like, at first they were like, oysters and Saison. I was like, cool, two of my favorite things that I can't eat right now. But, totally yes. And then they were like, well, we could like grill some. And I was like, no, we're fucking talking.
Dude.
So yeah, it's going to be 5 oysters prepared differently, 5 different beers. We're not just sticking to Saison, but there will be some Saison included. It's got to be. And so it's going to be like a tasting event with us where we'll just like, and it's going to be like spring, summer vibes. Like May, we always get that fall, summer. We'll be on the patio at Pine Box. Also, like we've never done something at Pine Box, which is fascinating, like iconic beer bar in Seattle.
Seriously.
Yeah, so we're super excited to be working with them.
Overdue.
Are they doing the Randall thing again? The 12 Randalls? Is that?
I didn't see it on the list.
Okay.
But
Well,
it
the
may
list
be
is
added.
short this year.
I know.
Did they call it 16 Randalls?
12 the last time I went.
call
What
it
a
16.
bitch to clean.
Bethany's like, this is a nightmare.
Nice. I wonder who is cleaning.
Oh,
They gotta be.
It's the Pine Box.
Yeah.
It's still there.
hopefully. I mean, that's an interesting
Tell them
thing
to call
now.
you.
Yeah,
We'll plug you.
the topics of beer weeks in general, I think, is really fascinating because it's like you were kind of mentioning how there was like height of beer and kind of falling off of it, and how NA plays into that, but like how beer hype kind of plays into the popularity of craft beer in general. And beer weeks in all cities used to be like so big.
Yeah.
And obviously COVID messed up the momentum of a lot of things, but I noticed where I was like, man, I feel like last year's Seattle Beer Week, it was just like there wasn't a ton of participation from breweries around, and not just Seattle, like greater Seattle area as well. I didn't see like a ton of participation from that. Some of like the classic things, like it was always the Friday when Beer Week started. A bunch of us industry
The
people
Troll.
would go meet up at the Troll in Fremont.
Yeah.
And like do a cheers and drink there, and basically like drink till we get kicked out from the
Yep.
neighborhood. And it was like, I don't even know if that happened. And so San Francisco's, which I think was in March, I was like looking at their list. Their website was really good. There was so much going on, so much participation from the entire Bay Area. And I was like, man, I wish like we had a little bit more of this. And then I got kind of re-inspired because some of my friends helped take over Bellingham Beer Week, and they did a really good rebrand. They got the community really involved again, and I'm like, okay, so like there is a desire for participation. It just takes so much more energy and so much more leadership that I think a lot of us feel a little burnt out on it. But it's like, I want to see it. Like, so much of us still care about beer. Like, we're still here.
Totally.
So it's like, what do we need to do to like,
Yeah.
I think so. It's funny that you actually bring this up because we've talked about this kind of adjacently a couple of times, and actually Brian Strumke has like a really funny quote about this. That we were sitting here. I know, of all the fucking people, we were sitting at the bar when he said this to me, Ron.
He said it very quietly, too.
I know he did.
he's a quiet talker.
Uncharacteristic.
You have to like really.
I know he'll say some of the most insightful shit, but he'll whisper it to you.
Yeah.
But we
Like he's
were like
Yoda.
talking about how just like beer as a culture is maybe not as robust as it used to be, but there's still kind of this appetite to sort of be in beer, and he was like, beer should just be accompaniment to culture and not just a culture by itself. And I thought that was a really insightful way of talking about.
Yeah.
It's like a really good commentary on like where beer is now. And it actually tied in really well to a New School Beer article that we talked about probably 6 months ago, where the future of beer is in collaboration rather than like the culture itself. And so they brought up a bunch of really good breweries that are collaborating with local artists in their branding work, collaborating with local food trucks that are like expressing like really traditional cultural food, and then tying it into beer. And beer is kind of just an accompaniment to this extra thing that in and of itself is engaging and awesome, and beer can just be a part of that, and that's totally fine. And so I feel like there's like this approach that you can have to like a beer week that maybe capitalizes on that idea.
Oh yeah.
You said Bellingham Beer Week got the community involved, and I saw some of the stuff they were doing. They were featuring artists and doing markets and like doing all this stuff and local music, and it's like that's kind of the idea. You should, if you're going to do a beer week, feature everything else that isn't beer, but just make sure that beer is kind of there.
Yeah, I agree.
I think beer has been a part of community for millennia.
For forever.
Right.
Right?
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
always
yeah.
been a part of at a table. Like it's not going away.
Yeah.
But if it's the only thing you're doing, I think we're gonna have a hard time capturing folks and
Right.
doing something like that. Where beer, in general, I think that breweries are really good at being philanthropic and community focused, and they can be
Totally.
hubs. And it's good to think outside of that because we're not going to win over other people, and that's exactly what we need to do.
Totally.
I just like to connect with folks from places you would never imagine because it can't be what the major demographic is, which is white people.
Dude, seriously.
Guilty.
Dude.
Yeah.
And like,
I mean, we're all
you
sitting
can't
here.
even say women. I mean, you can, but like,
Yeah.
it's like, but what other demographic? There's so many other demographics, and there's a lot of data to support that demographics are interested outside of
Totally.
white people. Of like, and how do we do that? You can't just do the same old thing you've been doing before.
So we had
Right.
Kevin Quinn on a few months ago from Balebreaker.
Love
he's
him.
fantastic.
Yeah.
Like, he's
He's
amazing,
great.
right?
He's
like,
great.
and he said like one of the coolest things I've ever heard somebody say in this industry. And he was talking about how like obviously he works in a place where temporary workers are a huge chunk of the population, right? Like super, and so he acknowledges that, and he was like it makes total sense for us to make a place for them to have a beer as well. Like we can't just be catering to dudes that look like me, or him for that matter. And so he was like, we bring in stuff that we think is actually representative of like Hispanic culture. He's like, we're not bringing in like mariachi bands. We're bringing in bands that you might actually hear on the radio if you're like driving through Mexico. And to me, that's like, it's a silly thing to say. And he was kind of joking about it, but the idea there is like when he made a genuine effort to like appeal to a new culture, he himself attained an understanding of that culture that was not just based on stereotypes.
Yeah.
And so like that is something that the entire industry could do.
And like,
Yeah.
just think about, you can make that decision as like a person, but then what is your like workforce look like? Like, what does
Totally.
your company
Totally.
makeup look like? How are you getting that information? And like, and making sure it's genuine and not patronizing or just like a cash grab.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, for sure.
I'm not saying that that's what they were doing at all. Like,
No.
I'm just saying, like, in general, it's like, maybe it's something that we like, even Seattle Beer School in general, we're just like, we're always thinking like, we joke that we always donate more profits than we.
Yeah, then we take it. We're like,
word.
Profit is used very lightly.
yeah.
But it's like how
It all goes right to Portland every time.
I know. Beer mongers 100% of the time. But it's like we're two white women, so it's
Yeah.
like what do we actually?
Yeah.
But so that's a good point. And I think if it was just a cash grab, he would just be hiring mariachi bands. Like
Exactly.
that's the difference.
Yeah.
Right?
So he's being
he
very
made a genuine
thoughtful about
effort.
it. Yes.
He made a genuine effort to appeal to a culture that isn't the typical craft beer culture, and then through that developed his own understanding.
Yeah.
And then now
Yeah.
is like he was like that they're a huge chunk of our business,
And they're highlighting that throughout the spring.
which is incredible.
And I've noticed that too, like on their
Yeah.
social, like
It's-
it's
for sure.
palpable and it
Yeah.
doesn't feel. It comes from a place of like, no, we are aware of
Yeah.
the people that live in our region that
Right.
are
We're making beer for you. We're making a space for you.
beers for everyone,
Yeah.
Beers for everyone.
Yeah.
Also, aliens.
and
What?
also for aliens.
Yeah, with the crop circles.
It's like, yeah, aliens are, but yeah.
Yeah.
No, I love that. So, okay, this is a funny question.
Oh gosh.
So I do private events too. Have you guys ever done like, so do you guys get hired for private events as like entertainment? Has that ever happened?
There's
This has
been
come a couple
folks
times.
reaching out and they don't like our price, which I don't even think our price is that expensive.
Dude, we're cheap as hell.
We're cheap as fuck, but like, I mean, we're not cheap, but like our
Yeah,
services
you're
are.
not-
Well, it's going to be
reasonable.
a minimum of $1,000 for your 20 friends, and they're like, "Sorry," and I'm like, "All right, bro, good luck."
Okay, yeah.
It was a bachelor party.
Call me.
The
Yeah,
bachelor
which
party?
like I would honestly be down for a bachelor party. I think it's
it was.
kinda,
It was not. I don't think it was that.
Yeah. No, actually, I love that you would go and subvert the expectations. Like,
Yeah.
all right, guys, we're going to learn how to detect diacetyl through sensory
and
analysis.
they're like, fuck.
Every dude is like, motherfucker, what?
Put your laps away.
But yeah, it's just like Yeah, there's come to a certain point where we're like, man, we want to do as much as we can, but we have to also respect our time and like what our services are worth. And for so long, we weren't making money because, and again, it's not like profit's like our main goal, but like we truly weren't making any money because we would just do things and it would just break even.
Yeah.
And we're just
Fine.
like,
We'll do it if we love it, but like for private events though,
yeah,
like I feel like that's such a, if we were like devoting our full time to it, that's the way to make the money.
It is. So I'll get calls on the side occasionally, like, hey, like we're having like an investment firm meeting.
Yeah.
And can you come and teach people how to taste beer for an hour?
Yeah.
And I'll do that occasionally.
And they're accepting of your rate.
Usually, but often, I mean, I also work in the industry, so I can usually tie it into like an industry event and, be a little bit more flexible, I suppose.
Okay.
In general, I try to do it on the side and have a rate that is relatively prohibitive because I don't want to do all the.
That is exactly right.
Yeah.
I'm just wondering if they accept it because they're like, you're a dude.
No. Well, okay. The specific time, I guess the time where it was like the goofiest, they bought all beer that I represented, and so and it was through an account that we had already worked with.
Oh, nice.
So it was sort of like an event for the account, but it was also a private event. The account was also making a lot of money on this, so to me it was like, okay, cool, I can hang out for an hour and like. Talk to all of these like 45-year-old like married couples who have millions of dollars in investment capital through this like small firm and it was like, it's wild.
Dude.
And it's weird to try to be talking to this group of people who have no fucking clue about this like side of the industry.
Oh yeah.
And you're just like a monkey like doing tricks and you're like, here's how you like go down a BJCP sheet and judge beer based on like sensory. And they're just like, I don't know. It feels super weird.
Yeah.
But you guys, this whole business is based around doing events and teaching people about beer. I didn't know how often you actually like are up against this sort of thing.
It's funny because just really quickly talk about like being pregnant. I did an event when I was super pregnant, like a private event for Amazon. It was like a Twitch Amazon thing.
Okay.
And I put it together, and I regrettably should have charged them more, but I thought it was a lot.
Yeah.
And this is before I met you.
Those corporate events, man, just highball.
That's like before, when they had like, it was wild.
Yep.
And I like put together like this tasting for them, and they were it was mostly men in the room, and it was maybe about 40 people, and they were just like, "You're pregnant," and I was like, "Yeah, but I can still tell you about it."
Still
But you can
teach
tell
you the difference between a porter and a
you could tell
stout.
they were like, "But can you do this?" I'm like, I can. I'm actively doing it.
I'm doing it.
Literally
like
here.
fresh on planet Earth, dude. Like, you understand?
They were new skins. Like they had just tried their skin on for the first time.
God damn it.
I was just like, okay. It was fine. I won them over, but they were just like, you can smell all that when you're pregnant? And I'm like, oh, let me tell you what I can smell.
Yeah, right.
Sniffer.
I'm a super taster right now, actually.
Yeah, private events are weird because that is how you can make money, but it also feels weird.
It does feel weird. It feels very
Yeah, it all depends on what the client is, what the event is. It's like, I would love to be a beer entertainer. Like, hell yeah, let's go.
It's like, gotta get your gimme,
just own it, man.
gotta get ahead. First you, and you.
Which is funny because when I'm bartending, sometimes I'm just like, fuck this. Like, to like have to turn it on for an audience. When you're behind a bar, you're in front of an audience.
Oh, totally.
You have no escape.
Yeah,
that
you
is
are
what you're
on.
doing.
That isn't.
But it's like in a private setting, I don't know. Probably because you can just really just say what you want. I think that was the other thing about the bachelor party that made me kind of interested. I was like, oh, if I can be like kind of mean to these dudes and they'll be like kind of like into it.
And they'll tip me more.
Be an outlet.
I
know. I don't know how much time we have left. I feel like we skipped a thing. Do we have like 5 minutes, Doug? Yeah. Okay. So I brought up to you guys before you came down, but we spent a few minutes at least on a previous episode talking about all of the sort of hubbub in Seattle beer and a big prominent brewery being purchased by a big prominent hospitality group. You guys are much more connected to that community than we are. But we've talked about what that looks like for the Seattle beer scene and landscape, and then also Leslie. Like, we haven't connected with Leslie, but like, it seems insane that she does not work at Pike anymore. Is that the story that's going around right now?
I mean, it's hard because I feel like the first person, we should talk to her.
Of course.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to speak for her because I don't know 100% what happened there.
yeah.
So yeah, we do not need to.
Well, yeah. I mean, I just feel like because I don't want to speak because I don't honestly know.
For sure. That was certainly the rumor that was going around, and it seems crazy.
From what I know, it seems like a lot of employees at different levels of Pike, because they had that tap room in Ballard that was also like a brew pub, essentially. That it seemed like a lot of people one day had a job and the next day they didn't.
Yikes, dude!
It was like, from what I saw from the Ballard space, one day they were open and the next day they had an Instagram post that said, "We're closed."
Yikes.
So there's just like, and that kind of shit pisses me off, because I'm like, dude, you're being bought out by like a hospitality group or whatever.
That has a bunch of money.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I'm like, you guys have money and resources and you still chose to do this to your employees.
But you're forgetting about synergies.
Just get certainly that's a word that comes up in your guys' like Monday meetings.
We talk about synergies all the time. But I think the thing that's really scary and frustrating, if I were in either Pike or maybe are we speaking them?
Yeah, dude, go for it.
It's not a secret.
Hey, man, Seattle Times wrote about it. It's open for us.
I would, if I were employed, I'd be like, which is, they're still craft, right? Like we're talking, they're not
so
owned by, it could be an ABM. Like that's not happening anymore, really.
Yeah, this is. I mean, it does bring up the debate though, because Seattle Hospitality Group is not a craft beer producing entity.
You're 100%. If you look at like the parameters within the BA guidelines, like things get really.
They do.
Dicey.
Have you guys read the P. Brown book, Craft and Argument?
No.
Okay, it's fantastic. So Tristan, one of our local homebrew guys, recommended it to me, and I just finished it.
Oh, I know
him. It is really good. But it's P. Brown, fantastic. He's written tons of great books, and it's basically the argument that the word craft has been very misunderstood and misrepresented by the beer industry. Totally true.
Yeah.
Argues why it's probably more necessary now than ever, but not for the reasons that you would think. And part of it is this exact debate.
Yeah, because what is craft? I mean, even like if you look at the parameters set by the Brewers Association, it's always been nebulous, because it's kind of like, more importantly, I would think we would look at small and independent. Right, because like, and I guess Seattle Hospitality Group is still small and independent in the grand scheme of things, but it's subjective.
Sure.
So anyways, my point is, I think that whenever something like that happens, I think people get nervous because they're like, oh, well, we don't need two head brewers. We don't need, two, like things start to get cut because you're like, well,
Yeah.
So I would be nervous if I were.
Yeah. From what I've heard, this is like, I don't know how valid this is, but it's like people being like, well, you don't have a job at this space, but you could interview to have the exact same job at this new space. And they're kind of like, I have to re-interview for my job?
Yeah. The job I had yesterday?
Yeah, exactly. So the whole merging of it all feels very icky. The process feels icky to me.
It's the vibe I've gotten so far.
Yeah. I also don't love this idea that like now these names, to me, the way I'm reading it is like Fremont and Pike are just brands, and there's one facility producing all of these, and it's just like, so where is the individuality? I'm like curious, our recipe is going to change because we're now owned by a larger entity that cares more about prices and less about creativity and what's hot and what's fun.
Yeah.
So I see a lot of changes happening. I definitely think it takes away from like the integrity.
The idea that they're just brands is an interesting one. Like one of you guys even mentioned it before, and I didn't think about it in those terms until you just said it. But like, they're just brands now. Like, everybody's owned by Ray-Ban, and all of these 6 different sunglass producers are
so
brands
American.
now.
It's like really frustrating.
Yeah.
Synergies.
Yeah.
Well, it's also like it does, like, I mean, I'm no expert in capitalism. Shocking. From someone that spends their money till their cards decline.
Oh my gosh.
But I think like as a business owner, right, you're looking especially at sort of definitely like we are in a different era of craft beer, and people are like, well, goodness, I got into this how long ago? Maybe not even that long ago. And this is not a defense, it's just a thing to think about. Like, so they're like, okay, well, I either going to stay in it or I'm not.
Sure.
And
so get out while the getting's good in a way?
I think it's a business decision.
Sure. Yeah.
Which
Which
you
can
know,
be faulted
it can't
in
be
and of
emotional, even though I can't imagine doing anything without my emotions.
As you shouldn't.
And I don't think that's a bad thing, right?
No.
Totally.
Yeah, and I don't know, just like it brings up, it's like Shawna and I have talked a lot about this, where it's like we have this stance where we're like, we would never sell out, you know, but it's like, I don't know what it's like to be faced with millions of dollars. Like,
And
maybe
the whole
I
work
would.
for, and like tons of employees, and like
Sure.
you've been into it for like, I don't know. We can even take Seattle out of it. Let's look at like, oh my God, Bells.
Sure. Okay. Yeah.
So like, as the client's really kind of far removed, like Larry Bell was always like, I'm never going to sell, I'm never going to sell, I'm never going to sell. And then cha-ching, cha-ching.
Turns out there was a number.
Right, exactly.
And you just never know. I guess like it's one of those things where like you never know what you're going to do until you're in that position.
Yeah.
Right. So the
But,
perspective that you have is only ever going to be yours, and it's going to be hard to understand that kind of
And like,
difficult position.
what is more valuable? Is the integrity of this brand, what this brand used to be, more important than potentially saving people's jobs, which in this case didn't really happen anyways. But like,
I actually don't know how many people lost their jobs.
I don't
though.
either.
I don't either. It's all been
I
speculation.
only know of a couple
online and
people
stuff,
that
and
lost their jobs,
yeah.
but I don't. And who knows that we don't know the details. So like, would that have happened anyway? I have no idea.
Yeah.
But it's like, and that seems like a cop out answer. Like you don't know what you would do unless you were in that situation.
Yeah.
But it's like, I don't know. Like, it would be different if it was like a really, really small brewery doing it.
Yeah.
I feel like that would feel different.
Sure.
But for Fremont, you're like, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I was
I'm not
shocked to hear that information. I was like, yeah, that makes
Yeah,
sense.
It was weird, but I was like, well, if anyone's doing it, it's
Yeah, totally.
I mean, also, like, if you look at, like, all of it, too, like, Sarah Nelson's president of the city council.
it's really
Yeah,
uncomfortable
and
that's
shit
a
I
little-
don't fuck with.
Like,
That's a little weird.
People are, like, they're busy
Yeah.
with other things.
busy
Sure.
voting for things that are against
That's
ideals
We talked
that they
about that
so
too.
say. But, you know.
Holding some opinions that most Seattle voters do not seem to be in.
You can like call yourself a liberal and still make the most crazy conservative actions.
Liberal is
in
a
city
liberal
council.
term.
Yeah.
Hey, that's going on a shirt immediately.
So I don't know. It's a weird situation. It's
It
like
is.
I'm interested to see how it plays out. I'm interested to see how the beer changes. You know,
And beyond that, too, I think it's something, you're right. Like, I'm interested to see how it all plays out. Because I think in
Yeah.
Washington, we've been really lucky
We have been.
in how... Like, we're different in this state than we are, like, in Texas, right?
Totally.
Where they're in a little more of a younger sort of brewery, still opening at, like, how many a year?
Yeah.
And, like, we're kind of like...
We're a couple years ahead of
Yeah.
most of the country
Agreed.
in terms of like industry trends and things like that.
Yeah, and or just different, maybe.
Sure,
I mean,
sure.
ahead or different, who knows? But, like, it'll be interesting to see, like, we don't have as many, like, were we expecting more closures after COVID? Because, like, PPP loans are out, like,
Yeah.
like, and we've maintained pretty well. So it'll be interesting to see how in capitalism, right? Like people like if you like join forces in a lot of ways, this is not the right way. I'm thinking of it more socialistically. Like if you join forces with the common good, that's definitely not what capitalism
that's
is.
what Sarah Nelson wants you to think.
We're all a family here.
Things get a little conflated. But you know what I mean? I think there's, and then like you think about like collectives or co-ops or like things like that, like where you get to keep your thing and it doesn't get
but like
watered down.
Like again, that's the ideal. But like, how much is this hospitality group going to be directing that? You know?
Yeah.
So
those are the questions.
We got those
curious.
airplanes though. They also own Kenmore Air.
Yeah. They got the airplanes though.
I wonder what beer they'll serve on the airplanes.
Or at all of the Ethan Stoll restaurants.
But they're the small planes, so do they even have beer service?
That's a good question.
Well, we should look into them.
I mean, they can hit us.
I
up.
wonder who's going to
Info at-
what beer
Do we have an
service-
info at?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, where
guys
are we
do an
finding you
in-flight
guys?
I think it's
class
Shauna at. Do you have an in-flight beer list?
Captain.
Can we sponsor? Can we sponsor your in-flight beer list?
If you guys get the green light on that, we won't air this.
Could you imagine? We've only sponsored
Kinda.
one thing before.
Yeah.
Currently, still sponsoring
Pilsner Fest.
Pilsner Fest.
Oh, sick. We only have a couple minutes, but
Okay.
is there a fuck-up story?
All right, illustrious grit and grain guests.
Now it's time to throw down on some fuck-up stories. I am Sean Jackson. Challenge flag has been set. Bar is high. Bring it on, fuckers.
I was like, I honestly don't.
We were brainstorming.
I do.
We mostly kept thinking of stories that our friends have done. So we're not going to put our
That's
friends
been
on
the theme
blast.
of today, actually.
Oh, has it? Because
Totally.
there's so many of our friends.
Put your friends on blast.
I have a question.
Put your significant other on blast.
Yeah,
if you need to.
we do that here.
Unidentified friend on blast.
I have a question if I
Yes,
could twist.
twist the
this.
story.
It's like maybe instead of me telling a story where I fucked up, maybe in an observation I have of a lot of other people fucking up / a rant.
Yes,
Yeah.
please.
Okay, great. I'd love to talk about the side bowl faucet and how.
Okay.
Okay. Oh, he's here for it. Look
Oh
at him.
my God.
He just straight.
I've already gotten texts
Like,
about
he
my fucking
stood
take
up.
on this. Please, go ahead.
Okay, it's become really trendy. The amount of places I've gone and seen servers misuse the side bowl, it really, really bums me out. I'm like, dude, I know how much those lucre faucets cost. I know there's like one distributor you can buy from in like between Washington and Oregon. I know how expensive it is. I've had to buy a new one. Like, and then to see people misuse it, it really bums me out because mostly those people misusing it don't know that they're misusing it. They're not trained to use it.
Right.
So for an owner or a manager to buy that, implement it into your draft system, not teach people how to use it, and then just have it for looks, really, really bothers me, and it bums me out because you're missing out on an opportunity to use a really cool piece of equipment. It also pisses me off when people put whack-ass styles on there. That can be, you can argue that, that's fine. I think in addition to this, I just have so many thoughts on it.
No, dude, let's go.
Yes, and.
Is if you are using a side pull faucet, that shit needs to be cleaned much more intensely than a regular faucet. The twice a week line
There's
cleaning.
2 separate barrels on it that all get.
Yes. The twice a week line cleaning and faucet cleaning does not cut it. That needs to be, I don't think most people put it in sanitizer overnight, which is absolutely necessary. But between that, there needs to be more cleaning being done because that faucet is being stuck all the way up in the beer, if you're doing it right. And
That's true.
It gets dirty as fuck. Like, I'll open it up and just ISO it. Just spray some ISO and the amount of grime that's in there and still line cleaning regularly. You know, like, it.
There's got to be different protocols for cleaning that thing than just.
People don't know because it's still like a new trendy thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
It feels like you should clean it every day because it's being dunked.
I know, right? So I highly encourage people to email Shawna at seattlebeersmith.com.
Ask her how she feels about Kolsch's too while you're at it.
Hire us to teach your
Listen.
staff how to use a side pull. I'd love to, because I love talking about it. I think it's such a cool piece of equipment.
It's also
that is,
Jess at Seattle Beer School.
I'm the one doing the rant and give your email.
I know, that's awesome.
And I think it could be used so well. People don't know how to do it and they don't know how to clean it. And I would love to see people just be a little bit more educated on that topic.
Let Jess help you.
Line cleaning in general.
Dude, line cleaning in
like,
general.
clean every
So
2 weeks.
like I said, I've already gotten fucking text messages about this, but I had like a moment where I was like, hey, what's your beer pet peeve? And mine was slow pour Pilsners. Because to me, it seems like they're cool and I get it and I've had them and I've been to Beer Shot and it's wonderful, but it does kind of seem like an accident that turned into a thing that like now gets marketed because like nobody in the Czech Republic, there's some places in Germany that do it, but nobody in the Czech Republic like is using their Luger faucet to like dribble beer into a fucking glass for 9 minutes. That's not a thing. There's 4 different pours. It's 9 minutes. There's 4 different pours that you can do like traditionally with a Luger handle, and the slow pour is not one of them.
We know what they are.
Yeah, and so I was
Please
like,
tell
somebody at Beer
audiences.
Stat was like, oh, somebody accidentally elbowed the fucking like Luger faucet
Right,
and
and it was
came back 10 minutes later and the beer was perfect. And
Yes.
we were like, oh, that's okay. That's
Yeah.
what we're gonna sell it now. And now people just fucking like lose their nut over it every single time they go to Colorado, and it's totally fine. But it does seem like a weird $250 to spend for a thing that you're not going to use that has like a lot of history behind it and like actual technique. And
Also, if you have a side pull, offer the Milko and the Hildinka. I'm saying these wrong, but like offer those different
And the
size
Schnick
pours.
and the-
The
yeah,
Schnick.
totally.
Yeah,
Those
like,
are also fun, like the foam shots. Like those
Totally.
are also a great way to make money. Like
Yeah.
charge.
Dude,
yeah,
like,
dude, $350 for a
Yes.
glass of foam.
Yes.
Fucking ball out of
and
control.
people love it.
Yeah.
I would take a Milko pour anytime.
Every beer nerd would.
I will take a shot left and right. It'll be 10 in the morning. Yes, I'll do it.
Yeah. I mean, and it's funny to kind of like bully customers into doing it too, because then you tell the story.
There's a bully people into drinking.
That's how we do it in the beer world.
The story of what makes the Milko pour is because it's supposed to be your last drink of the night. It's like you've had too much to drink and you shouldn't have another beer, so I'm going to pour you in all foam, and you have to do it in one go.
And then
so
leave.
then to tell a customer that, they're like, I'll do it.
And
You know, and you're like, sick, $4.
$4. Oh my God.
I have a quick fuck up story.
Yeah, we're ready. You have it?
Hold on, Sean.
Do you?
I don't have to tell it. It's not that good.
I want it.
I just forgot to lock the door when closing one night.
What?
Yeah, dude.
Bad things
And didn't get
happen.
fired.
In my defense, there was 3 of us closing, and the person that always locked the door didn't lock the door, so it's his fucking
That
fault.
motherfucker.
Yeah.
You're only one thing responsible for that.
I'm not responsible for that man's behavior.
You guys did get snitched out by
but
someone.
we did get snitched out, and we did almost lose our jobs. But here I am today. It's fine.
Yay.
Let's just
We're
say
glad
that
you didn't.
maybe they needed to get robbed. That's all I'm trying to say. I am in no way endorsing people not locking the doors.
All right, Grit and Grainers. Email us at cheers@gritandgrainpodcast.com with your comments, opinions, and this year's theme suggestions for Seattle Beer School's year-end prom, such as Enchantment Under the Sea Hops, Starry Nights Temperature Rests, Alpha King and Queen Court,
Great.
Dungeons and Dough Balls,
Let's go.
Wet Hopping the Night Away, A Very Brady and Homebrew, Bilbo Grain Baggins,
That's good.
Beyond the Bunghole, and of course, Wedding Cold Crashers. We read and drink everything we receive, and we try to respond as fast as we can, if not online, then on air. You can subscribe to Grit and Grain on Amazon, Apple Music, Spotify, Google Play, and iHeartRadio, and please leave us a review. Also, check us out on Channel 253, Douglas, and gritandgrainpodcast.com. Be sure to follow us on Facebook and Instagram for episode notes, beer news, and Seattle Beer School reunion recaps, where most people actually went into brewing and investment beering and disc golf, and not nearly enough people became polyamorous beer blender chefs who live on a houseboat in Amsterdam and collect obscure Dutch wet nurse beer recipes and grow their own sage. What can you do? If this podcast is not what you expected, please alter your expectations. A student walks home with a trophy in his hand and tells his mom, I won the Leslie Nielsen Award at school today. Really? What's that? It's a big building full of students and teachers, but that's not really important right now. No such thing as a bad time to visit Tacoma. No such thing as too much barley wine. Tune in next Friday for more sweet chatter.
Cheers. Thank you, ladies.
Oh, sorry, Rob.
Thanks again for tuning in. Don't forget to follow us at Grit and Grain Podcast wherever you get your social media and catch new episodes every Friday. Cheers.
Get up.
Channel 253 is member supported. I'm producer Doug Mackey, and I hope you will show your support by going to channel253.com/membership and join. Thank you. Grit and Grain is part of the Channel 253 podcast network. Check out our other shows: Nerd Farmer, Interchangeable White Ladies, Move to Tacoma, Crossing Division, Citizen Tacoma, What Say You, We Are Tacoma, Flounders B Team, and Taco Man.
This is Channel 253.